have 1 audience member in person and 4 online. Hello everyone, my name is Lexi McIntosh, and today I would like to discuss an educational approach that has gained significant traction, play-based learning. Albert Einstein once said, "Play is the highest form of research." Many want to know what he meant exactly and how this applies to modern education. As an early childhood education major and someone who works in a pre-K classroom, I have experienced the benefits of play-based learning, hands-on, and through case studies and books. Play-based learning emphasizes the importance of play in a child's development and learning process. An article sourced from Helpful Professor written by Chris Drew titled 13 Play-Based Learning Benefits and Challenges provide a lot of insight into many pros and cons of play-based learning. While it has many proponents, it also faces many criticisms. I will explain the benefits in play-based learning as well as some of the downsides. Play-based learning emphasizes hands-on experience, experimentation, and child-led activities, which are, of course, supported by a teacher. Children learn new things through discovery and observation every day, which is why this approach offers numerous benefits for children's development. Before exploring the benefits, I would like to discuss some of the types and forms of play children use day to day. There are more than 15 forms of play that children will engage in, such as structured, unstructured, onlooker, solitaire, parallel, guided, cooperative, and so many more. Structured play is when there are set objectives for the children from an adult. Unstructured play, there are no set objectives and it is child-led. Parallel play is where children will be playing alongside one another with the same object in the same area but will not be interacting directly with one another. All forms of play build skills such as critical thinking, social language, and motor skills, which are all significantly impacted by a child's play. Play-based learning enriches cognitive development such as critical thinking. Through play, children will encounter challenges that require them to think critically and create solutions. For example, students will use trial and error to experiment and find a solution that works best for them, furthering their knowledge of what to do in a problematic situation. Experimentation is also a method that creates imagination and furthering children to be able to express themselves in new and innovative ways. Play will also promote social skills as children will engage in collaborative activities such as sharing, negotiating, and working together. This will develop critical skills that children need to communicate with one another. Social interactions will also significantly impact language skills. Experience is a form of education. A child will observe, mimic, and test their abilities with one another, which are all reinforcing the language skills and social skills we need every day. Play is a vital development for fine and gross motor skills. Whether children are running around the playground, dancing, or even playing with Play-Doh, they are still developing those necessary skills. Babies don't come walking out of the womb. They take time to learn and develop those muscles that they need to use gross motor skills. Same with scissors. There are some adults who cannot successfully use a pair of scissors because when they were little, they did not practice enough and develop those fine motor skills with their fingers. Despite many advantages of play-based learning, some concerns and disadvantages must be addressed. A major drawback in our current system, which is based on standardized testing, an article from the National Education Association discusses how standardized testing is failing our students. Standardized testing and performance-based learning are both standards in our school system. Standardized testing will encourage students to memorize and regurgitate information, while performance-based learning is characterized by the assessments that are accurate and engaging for students and teachers. Performance-based learning will allow students to demonstrate skills that they have learned through acts of play and other forms of assessment. Following standardized testing, there are many concerns where students will struggle to transition from play-based learning to standardized learning. And that is a big question that a lot of parents and educators have, as there is a major demand for formal education. Education is often measured through standardized testing. Again, this is where there's a common misconception for the true nature of play in schools. In a competitive academic landscape, there is fear that children may struggle to transition to structured learning environments without the strong foundation of core subjects, which we all need for our further education careers. What is best for children is the priority in education. Children will naturally gravitate towards activities that they enjoy versus activities that they don't prefer as much. This preference is a situation where play is overshadowing necessary learning. Some children may not thrive in an environment where play or interactive learning is taking place. Although different forms of play are structured for educational purposes, some children may not be comfortable participating in certain forms. Some children who are more introverted may not prefer to work in groups or in collaborative activities. For an effective learning environment, we must strive for a balance between interactions and assessments. Those assessments need to be tailored to a child's knowledge and skills. The ability for a child to regurgitate information is not learning. Children should be learning skills and knowledge that will propel them into a bright future. Collaboration, critical thinking, and innovation are all essential skills everyone needs. However, we can't be taught directly from a textbook or a PowerPoint. We need to gain skills and knowledge through experience and interactions. Play-based learning has significant benefits, including cognitive, social, and emotional development. However, we are presented with challenges in education. Both have pros and cons that we need to better understand to support our children through their learning journeys and create environments that will foster growth and innovation. Thank you for your attention, and always remember, play is the highest form of research according to Albert Einstein.